Why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low-key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. I don't ask them to wait on me. They would ask where they gon' be with a song if they wanted the weatherman. I ain't ask them to pay no fees. She was homeless and needed a spot. I ain't ask her to pay no lease. I ain't ask her to say no please. I ain't ask her to make no cheese. Scream fake, but it ain't on me. Got clean so it ain't no streets. Why green if it ain't no keeps? Brought cream so it ain't no beef. My team say it ain't no chief. My demon, they hang on me. They seemingly ain't no peace. I seen him, he ain't no beast. For real, I ask them, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low-key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. Ain't nobody harder in the country. If they claim they in front, then they frontin'. Think about it, they always talking about they bag and they stick, bro, that's literally bumming. Niggas can't even rap on the beat, gotta do hella cussings to know where to come in. Then these niggas go do R&B, but they not even singing, these niggas be humming. Niggas stop with the cap or it's 76ers, cause I'ma have to bring the drum in. When I'm fucking my girl, it's like doing the rain dance. Whether can you come in, you ain't get what I said, or see what I'm doing like Helen Keller when I'm bumping. Should I try to tell you I'm the one and ain't nobody better or younger? I ask her, hey, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low-key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. Had they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. Damn, I ask them, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low-key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, then they leave all the weight on me. Hey.
Guys, this is hilarious. My camera got frozen, bro. That's crazy. Give me a second. Bro, this is that would be a crazy screenshot for an emoji or something. Alright. Okay. I can move again, guys. Alright. Okay. So, here's what's going to happen. Alright. I don't actually technically know what all of the new decks do. But I have a pretty good idea of what everything before the new box does. I know what Rockets does. I know what Flu Wonderies does. I just don't know the new Pendulum and Ritual archetypes. Because, like, I just didn't care to learn about them, but I heard that they're pretty good. I heard that they're pretty good. How you doing, Ali? So I'm going to add to the tier list whatever decks you want me to add to the tier list. Well, hello there, Psycho. Happy to have you here. Let's see. So someone said Dino. Let me just add Dino real quick. Okay. Valence is decent. Okay. I might need a little bit of your help to tell me what the hell Valence even does. So, while I am tiering other shit and talking to you guys about how I should tier shit, you should tell me what the new Pendulum deck does and what the new Ritual deck does. So someone wants Evil Twin? Okay. Trap Tricks and Fluffles? Oh my god. Dragon Maid? You guys are going to be disappointed. But I am going to add them to the tier list. Okay? Like I promised. Alright, let's see. So... Waffle. What else? Dragon Maid. Yep. Dragon Maid. Dragon D's nuts. Hat. You know, technically, guys, technically, all right, just technically, all right. Technically, Dragon Maid is good, technically, but only technically. Adaemancipator. Let me get an Adaemancipator card in there. You screenshotted the frozen clip? Of course. Despia, Ancient Warriors, Ice Jades. Okay. Somebody's also gonna have to tell me what Ice Jades do. I think I saw a short of Pap doing ice barrier things with Ice Jades, so that was cool, like playing Floodgates. Ice Jade. I don't even know what the Ice Jades do. By the way, if you're like if you're from the Quantum Cube server and you are about to take this stream seriously, then the joke is on you, buddy. The new Pendulum do Pendulum Summon, the new Ritual deck do Ritual Summon. Well, thank you, Monarch. I appreciate that. Okay, Raid Raptor. Alright. By the way, guys, I do have my milk with me. I'll have some milk. Magician girls, Harpies, and UA? Alright, we're really doing everything, aren't we? I'll do the basketball UA for the artwork to represent the deck. Magician girls. I mean, I'll put in an Apple Magician Girl. If you like I think like Magician Girls might even get a skill support before the end of the year with a like alternate Taya. Ice Jades cheat out unaffected Chenging, and they have an Omni Negate. Okay, that's pretty cool. Can they trigger Chenging on the opponent's turn? Malefics? Oh my god, dude. I did promise. You guys are just listing everything you've even ever heard of, bro. Okay, Altergeist. Yep. Gaia. By the way, I will keep adding things if people are late to the stream. Galaxy Eyes and Tachyon. Jeez, man. Okay. Man, I didn't think that you guys would be adding everything that has ever happened ever in existence, dude. When I saw Gaia, I was like, bro. Vision Heroes? Bro. You guys are lucky that I know the game. Because if I had just started the game within the last couple years, I wouldn't even know most of these things. Monarchs? All the level archetypes? Dude. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up, please. Respectfully. Okay. Bro, why is it you adding all of the archetypes to ever exist, bro? You know what tier they're gonna be in. I did add Fossils Monarch. Shiranui? Okay, I'll add Shiranui. We're gonna be here for a while, it seems like, just adding decks. But don't worry, guys, we are gonna get to this tier list. Borrowload, yep. Skull Servant, yep, 100%. Synchrons, yeah, can't forget about that. Mech Lords, okay, gotta add Mech Lord in there. I'll add my favorite Mech Lord. It's the back Renegade, guys. Buster Blader, okay. Bro, you guys really play a lot of decks, don't you? Thunder Dragons, yeah. We will just add every archetype if you let us. Well, hey, man. I'm the streamer, bro. And I made a promise. TG. Okay. Resonator. Metaphys. Jeez, man. That takes me back. You know, Metaphys is my least favorite deck ever. Just because it's like, not even because of what it does, just because of the way that it does it. Tri-Brigade, true shit. I love Shurig, bro. Shurig is so cool. BES. Yep, I got BS in there. Lava Golem. Okay, I guess that counts as a deck. But it's just a deck that only uncool people play. Exorcister. Yeah, should probably put that in there. Undead is going to put Blue Eyes in D tier just because of Weatherman. Hey, I'm not a liar. Obviously, Blue Eyes is tier 1. And Dark Magician is tier 0. It's just, you know what I mean? Infernity. Oh my goodness. What? Sheesh. You know what? I think I have to resign myself to this fate that I'm just going to be sitting here downloading deck images for a while. Heraldic Beasts? Alright. Monarch? What the hell? Please, be a friend to me. I don't even... There's only one of these cards that I know, and I don't know any of their effects. Dragon Link and Cyburst. Ugh. Alright. How many people are here, by the way? We got 23 people here. Hell yeah. Welcome to the stream, guys. Orchist, okay. All right, good. We got a good deck. Somebody actually mentioning something that's good to mention. something that might actually have a chance. Because I know you guys just want to see me talking about your decks. I know, and that's exactly why I asked you to do this. Gem Knight. So I am happy to like be your monkey and dance for today. But I think you know what tier these decks are going to be going to. Gokis? Okay. Go kill yourself. Haha. Actually, I didn't say that, YouTube. I did not say that. Don't demonetize me. Everybody like the stream. I'm doing some effort here, guys. So please like the stream. Every time you like the stream is you're gonna get 50 gems randomly in your account for every single like that happens on the stream. Crusadia. The main character in Crusadia has incredible aura, guys. Black Wings. Oh my goodness. You know what tier Black Wings is gonna be in. I'm gonna use Batman as the art for that. Sun Avalon. Okay. Do we have any Sun Avalon experts in here? I'm gonna get that Dry Trenchii. At this point, just put every deck in the game. Hasoon, that's essentially what I'm doing. But I didn't expect to. I was expecting to just put decks that people know. I'm sure that there will be some missing. I'll put Marge as the art. Because that's not used as often. Tindangle. Tindangling these nuts. Ha, ha, ha. Got him. The Tindangles are very recognizable just by the theme of their artwork. Paleozoic. Okay. I'll use Canadia for that one. You guys are just looking at my face while I do this too. That's crazy. Let me just put this on the screen while I wait. Well, while you guys wait, I mean. Necros. I'll use Trishula for that one. Winged Dragon of Ra. Revendred. Okay. Dino Wrestler? Come, bro. Dude. That's not even a deck. It's just an archetype. We don't even... The archetype only has a single good card and we don't even have it in the game. Gishki? I actually kind of like Gishkis. Can Gishkis hand loop things yet? Is that something that happens in Duel Links yet? Sky Strike and Dragon Maid already got those in there. Arm Dragon Thunder. Okay. In other words, heroes. Might as well put heroes in there while I'm at it. Salamangrate, of course. Gotta get Salamangrate in there. That's actually a good deck. And I'll use that one. Okay. Dark Fluid. I mean, I added Cybers. That counts. Um, Dark Fluid is a singular card, okay? With what? Oh my god. What 007? Okay, oh shit, a whole bunch of whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute. I need to catch up. Oh, Cyber Angels. Okay, all right. I'll add Cyber Angels. Cyber Angels, when that came out in Duel Links, I know that it was too good, but I had a lot of fun with it. Just it was the start of what made Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links special. Um, Fur Hire, okay. I remember during Fur Hire format, I played a version that I built that was designed to hard counter the mirror match, and I would always win. It was fantastic. Fleur, okay. Um, Evil Twin, got that one in there. Evil Zors isn't a deck, man. I'm not gonna put that in. I'm just straight up not gonna put Evil Zors in, bro. It's just not gonna happen. Because it's not a deck, okay? It's got a couple of Xyz that you go into in Dinos. And I have Dinos on here. So I already kind of have it. Heat Soul's technically Salamangreat support. Yes, it is. But I don't actually know whether or not Salamangreat has found a way to benefit from it yet. But if you guys know, then let me know if it's good in the deck. If it's legitimate, like not if it's legitimate support, but let me know if Salamangreat benefits from it, like moving up the tier list. Sharks. I have played most of the decks that you're mentioning too. Most of them. Mech Lords, already got that in there. Phantom Knights, okay. I'm gonna put Phantom Knight in there. Bro, at this point, you guys have added more decks than I originally had in the tier list to begin with. Archfiend. Oh my god. Mech. Bro. Monarch, bro. You're torturing me here. But I did really like the Archfiend deck back in the, was it 2018? Nouvelle. I already got that one in there. BS, I got in there. Vampires. Okay. I know exactly the card to use. Anki Turbo. Bruh, come on. The old D heroes. I'm not going to use any other art. I'm not going to consider other Destiny heroes as a completely separate deck, okay? Zombies? Yeah, I'll add zombies. Okay, Crystal Beast. I can't believe I didn't put that in there already. That's a very good deck. Mayakashi? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. They call me Yoko on the streets. Just saying. Star Seraph? Okay. Holy shit. Guys, this is getting a little bit out of control, man. Holy crap. Holy shit. Whoa. I need to... Alright, okay. Alright, where am I? Star Seraph. By the way, you saying Star Seraph Books as if Books makes it a different deck? That's like saying, like, IDP Blue Eyes. No, that's not a different deck, bro. That's just a tech card that you put in your deck. Earthbound Immortals. That's also not a deck. That's just a series of cards. I'm pretty sure that's not a deck. But I can put the Inca stuff in there. Battle Boxers. Okay. Alright. The issue here right now that I'm facing is, like, a lot of you guys are saying stuff that has already been said. So I have a lot to scroll through. Gravekeepers. Okay. At some point, guys, we are eventually going to get to this tier list, alright? But you guys are torturing me before we get there. You're grinding, you're tenderizing me before I can even get there. Thunder Dragon Dinosaurs, I mean, that's just 2 decks, bro. I know that you mix them, but that's still 2 decks. Time Thief, okay. That's the Doctor Who deck. Mech Knights, okay. Bro, you guys are gonna run out of decks eventually. I swear to God. I am losing my mind. Musketeers. Musk Eaters. The art on the Musketeers is pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Pegasus? How you doing? Cubic, okay. Alright. I wonder if Cubic still works these days. Completely free-to-play deck. Maybe if you got more of the boss monster. Cyber Dragon. Okay. By the way, guys, if it is already on the tier list, I have it already set up. So you don't need to mention decks that are already tiered and already rogue. Branded, okay. I'll just make it at Albaz. Destiny Hero, already got that. Demise King of Armageddon, that's not a deck, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to add that. Infernoids, I guess that is a deck. Bro, imagine this stream being like 3 hours and like we haven't even gotten to the tier list yet. Cyber Darks? Sofa Cord? Oh my goodness. You guys are just trying to tilt me, bro. Odd Eyes. Okay. This is probably not that interesting to watch. I mean, this is either getting you guys off or it's getting people to click off. You know? Is this old school? No, this isn't old school. I'm making a tier list for today and people are just telling me decks to put on the tier list it's just gonna, most of these are gonna be in the trash tier, to be honest with you. Spell book, okay. By the way, guys, like, I'm not tiering how cool decks are. I'm tiering how good they are right now. So, like, most of these are just going to be in the same bottom tier. Photon Galaxy got that one. Cypher, that's not a different deck. Umbral Horror. Okay, I don't know what the new skill does, but I'll put Umbral Horror in there anyway. I'll be able to tell based on the art at least. But if you tell me what Umbral Horror does when we get to it. Sacred Beasts, that's at least a deck. A lot of these people are just are just telling me to put a card that isn't even a deck. I'll use my favorite Sacred Beast art for that one, even though it is the worst Sacred Beast. Mohammed, I don't know if you're looking at the chat, but the vast majority of what people are saying is not on top decks. I already put a whole bunch of top decks on here. Performapal? Abyss Actors? Bro, what the fuck? Dude. I think you guys like seeing me suffering. Let me get a Performapal that I can remember. They're all so forgettable. Abyss Actor. I like the Abyss Actors. This is crazy, bro. We might even hit the limit. I don't even know if there is a limit. Mayo Senju? Dude, what the fuck? Okay, Chad. I'm gonna need you to stop saying things that have already been said. Because you're Maya Senju and Yo Senju, I guess they are different decks. Jeez Louise, bro. I should not have agreed to this. Dino Mist. You guys better not just be going through Duel Links and finding shit that you forgot about, okay? I'm only trying to tier decks that you want to see tiered. Red Eyes, okay. Battling Boxer, Zombie Red Eyes. I mean, god damn it. It is a different deck. We'll get through this eventually, guys. Sue ships, I suppose. By the way, I've been streaming for 30 minutes, and the entire time I have just been downloading deck images. Monarch, I think you already said Time Thief. Magic Key. World Chalice. Oh my goodness, man. I remember, like, I think my very first guide was World Chalice. A 6-hour stream? Hell nah, dude. Hell nah. Once this hits 1 hour, I'm going right to the tier list. I'm not fucking playing, bro. Arcana Force, it's not a deck. Satellar Knight, at least is a deck. Constellar Knights? Oh my god. Dude. Player D's nuts. Burning Abyss. Okay. I'll use Farfa's image. Did my image freeze again? That's crazy. You guys fucked me up, bro. Yeah, someone really said Arcana Force, bro. I'm not doing that shit. Alright, there we are. We're back. Volcanics is also not a deck, Monarch. Earth Machine, I suppose that's a deck. Gladiator Beast. Oh, man. Bro. Dude. Bro. Guys, give me a break, please. Please. Let's get to the tier list, please. Trains. Oh, my God, dude. Are you kidding me? Ogdoadic. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to speed through the majority of these decks, putting them in the lowest tier. If you feel like you have a good argument for why they should be higher, then you got to convince me in the chat, okay? Fossil, already got that one. Evil Swarm. Oh my god. I was tempted to say Evil Swarm isn't a deck, but I guess people were trying to play it. Penguins is also not a deck in Duel Links, bro. We have Penguins, but it's not a deck. Penguins might be a deck in the TCG, but it's not a deck here. Starry Night. Okay. Thankfully, at this point, you guys aren't coming up with a whole lot of new stuff, so I'm able to scroll past most of what you say. Bro, I might, like, just start streaming a different game if this is how it's gonna go, bro. Onamet Ogdoadic? What the hell? I'll put in... I mean, I already have Utopia in there, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. War Rocks. I guess that is a deck. One of the worst decks ever, though. Dogmatica. We don't see the tier list on screen, by the way. Yeah, you know what, Robot Parade? We don't see it on screen. You know what? You want to know why we don't see it on screen right now? You can blame the chat. I want you and everyone else who's tired of this bullshit to start giving slurs to everyone in the chat who refuses to let me just get onto the tier list. Because I said at the start of the stream that I would add to the tier list whatever decks people wanted me to add to the tier list. They said, oh, okay, let's just list every deck that's ever been in existence. Stop it! Oh my goodness. I'm getting pissed off, bro. I'm very close to just giving up on adding any new decks. And it's gonna be your guys' fault, alright? I'm just saying it's gonna be your guys' fault. Because you guys know what tier it's gonna be in. Lunalights. There's certain people in the chat right now who have spammed like at least 10 decks between like each. And I kind of want to ban them. Not gonna lie. I kind of want to ban those motherfuckers. Cause why are they wasting my time for, bro? Triamids. Bro, you really said Guardians. That's not a deck, dude. It's not a deck. Boojin? Are you kidding me? Chronomaly? Bro, Silent Magician. Bro, imagine how fucked up it would be if the literal entire first half of the stream was just adding decks to the tier list. Flu shenanigan? Yeah, probably. Well, actually, you know what? The stream's gonna be too long. I don't have all of the... Alright. Okay, you know, bro... Wow, this is a lot of fucking scrolling. Holy shit. You Bell? Are you kidding me? Who plays You Bell still? Man. Just when I think you guys run out of shit to say, you keep saying some new shit. Gimmick Puppet. I'm rather close emotionally to just giving up on listening to any more decks. OG Rockets, that's not what we're doing, bro. We're talking about how good decks are today, okay? We're not talking about... We're adding decks to a tier list. A modern day tier list, alright? Fortune Ladies Cristrons? Get the hell out of here. Somebody ban this motherfucker. I think you guys want me to suffer. Can't you see I've suffered enough, guys? Monarch, I remember when you said that you were going to say one more deck, and then you kept going. Then you kept going, Monarch. How am I supposed to trust you if this is the kind of thing that you're going to do, bro? Digital Bugs isn't a deck. Yang Zing wasn't ever really a deck either, bro. At this point, bro, I'm like, what are we doing, bro? There's like one good Yang Zing in the game, man. At this point, I'm beginning to forget what I've even added. I'm losing... I think I might actually be for real, losing my mind here. and it's your guys' fault, bro. I blame you. Super Heavy Samurai? Alexa, shut up, please. Stop saying things. Hey, how you doing, Kanate Soli, man? Moki Moki isn't a deck. Ojama. I guess that's a deck. Mutant is a deck. That is a deck. I just never played it. It is actually funny, though. Throughout all of this, I still have played the vast majority of all these decks you guys have mentioned. Assault Mode isn't really a deck. It's an engine. Perform Age. I already have Perform Pal. Okay, I know that it's not the exact same, but come on, bro. Hazy Flame. Alright, I'll put that in there for the meme. I'm beginning to, like, do, like... I'm beginning to be like, does that count? Like, at the beginning of the stream, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll put it in. But now I'm like, Bouncer deck, which was played by Nestro. Monarch, shut up. I might for real bad you, bro. Magnet Warrior. Alright, yeah, that is a deck. God damn it. The cat deck? What? The cat deck? Oh, you know, the cat deck. Yeah. The cat deck. Subterror, that is a deck. Why are you guys trying to waste my time right now? I mean, some of you are not trying to waste my time. Some of you are telling me legit ass decks, and some of you are telling me shit that has never been played in the history of the game. Amazement? Dude. Come on. Doesn't Amazement actually for real suck ass? Element Sabers? Okay. Alright. There were some people who were wondering where the tier list was. I told them why we're not there yet, and their response is, oh, okay, I'll torture you too, bro. Yeah. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for that, bro. Yeah. I appreciate it. Shino Birds, I already got that on there, bro. I already got it. Springans. Okay, Springans. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I'll have some milk. Milk is good for your bones. Is the best ritual deck right now? Oh, what about Blue Eyes, bro? Blue Eyes is a pretty good ritual deck, you know? Light Sworns? Oh my goodness, bro. So anyone who is tuning into the stream, at the beginning of the stream, I said that I would tier whatever deck. I would make a tier list. It's generally a tier list, but I would also tier every deck that people want me to tier as well. And since then, for the last 50 minutes, people have not shut up telling me decks that nobody has ever played in the history of the game. I'm at, bro, it's actually been 50 minutes. That's actually ridiculous. Wow. Cosmo. Oh my goodness. And I also said that I would stop adding decks after an hour passed, and we are nearly there, and people have not shut up yet. Like, bro, what are we doing right now? Prank kids. I'll use Lampsies. Gradles. I'm not doing Gradles. Evil Eye. I suppose Evil Eye is a deck. I'll use Sergio. He's the cool one. Bro. Oh, Hasoon? Are you a mod? I don't remember if I made you a mod. Did I make you a mod on YouTube? Dragoonity? Oh my goodness. Fabled. This is crazy. I think I probably have like 200 decks by now. I think we may have listed every credible deck. Joshua, I'm not gonna lie to you, big homie. That ship has sailed long, long ago. Long ago. I'm gonna stop now. Oh shit, somebody said Unchained. I'll add Unchained. Because most of the shit you're saying now is stuff that I've already added. So at this point, if I missed something, then I don't care. Alright? It is what it is. I'm just gonna add everything that I've added so far. And yeah, we'll get started on this shit, bro. Holy shit. That is a lot of images. Holy fucking shit. Holy goddamn shit, bro. What the fuck? What the helly? What the helly, Braun? Okay, we're in here. Are we seeing it? All right, there we go, guys. We're in here. We're ready for this goddamn tier list. All right. Oh. All right, I'm about to make Hasuna mod. All right, guys, stop adding decks. Hold on, I need to make Hasuna mod real quick. Where is he? Okay, here we go. Thank you. All right, Hasun, I got you. You're a mod now, and if you feel like someone gotta be time outed, then you can do so. All right. Now let's get into this shit. Oh my god, I am losing my mind. So we got all these tiers. Okay, we have the 0 tier, the tier 0 here. It's hard to see. Hold on, let me change the color of it. Maybe you can see it better that way. Tier 0. Although for some reason I typed tier O, but it is what it is. All right. Right. Yeah. Okay. So tier 0, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier high potential. I'll write out the full thing. High pot, that to make it funny. The rogue tier and the casual tier. In order to even be barely playable, like if your deck is playable at all, I'm putting it in rogue. So like the more strict idea of what rogue means is a deck that can do well in a tournament but isn't tiered. And the way I'm considering rogue here is can it even possibly win against any of the tiers? Just because there's so many decks. All right. So yeah, but the lowest tier is obviously casual. That's where everything else goes. Okay. All right. Let's just get into it, guys. I need to have some milk. Okay. All right. So starting off with Blue Eyes, because that's the first thing here. Blue Eyes is clearly tier 1. I mean, if you ever played against it, you'll know. They can break boards super easily. They can make very resilient boards. They just got really good grind game. They're difficult to kill. I mean, you guys know the Blue Eyes are tier 1. I don't really need to explain the shit. All right, Sheena Birds, tier 1. They summon a mono. What do you want from me, bro? They summon a mono. It is what it is. You summon a mono, that's the best floodgate in the game, okay? It's even better than Window. At least Window lets you activate monster effects. Dragons is tier 2. I should bring up, this is beginning to look like the Duel Links meta tier list. I don't think that my tier list is going to be exactly the same as theirs, but I do agree with most of it. So Dragons, they did technically get a support in Savage, but I feel like it might be better without the Savage, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But even if it is better without the Savage, I mean, I feel like Sheena Birds and Blue Eyes is still better. Synchrons, Rogue. As much as I like Synchrons, bro, as much as I wish it was better. Synchrons is not casual. I will say that. You can actually win against tier decks using Synchrons. And if you guys don't believe me, then check out Shinny's video, Shinsei the Goat, on YouTube. He posted a pretty nice Synchron video. So yeah, that's why I put it in Rogue. It's high pot. I don't think I can put Synchrons in high pot. I gotta be real, okay? It does. If the opponent's got a really good amount of hand traps in hand, then Synchron's gonna suffer. So Eldritch, I feel like because they can set any floodgate trap from the deck and activate it the same turn, it should be in the high potential category at least. It did just leave tier 3. They booted it out of tier 3. And I understand why they did that. So that's why I'm not putting it in tier 3. Nouvelles, obviously tier 0. No, this is not tier 0. It used to be probably the best rogue deck that there is. It's kind of fallen off now. Hold on a sec. Let me just check something. Alright. Okay, we got some people in here. Alright, welcome to the stream, guys. We're actually tiering shit now. You think Eldritch is tier 3? Alright, okay. While I continue to move some decks around, you tell me why you think Eldritch should be in tier 3. So Savage, like the new Rocket decks, I think it should be in the tier 3 until we get more info. Because technically, even, like, I feel like this and this are very similar decks. And when there's two similar ass decks like this, one of them is going to be more popular than the other one based on the little things. And I feel like the little things this deck has might be better than the little things this deck has. So it'll either end up being like this or like this, just because when two decks are similar, people will find out which one is better between them. And they play the better one, typically. So it's either going to be this or this. So just to be safe, since Rocket is new, I'm going to make it tier 3. This one, I don't actually know what this deck does. So you guys can tell me what it does in the chat. Let's see. Eldritch can adapt to the meta with new floodgate traps. Yes, it definitely can. It definitely can. However, the meta hasn't really changed since it came out. It was the meta within which it was introduced that it was booted out of the tier list. So that's why I need a bit more. Oh, Heat Soul needs different attributes? Oh, does it? Okay. I don't know, watch Loom. I don't have time to watch Loom, bro. Okay. Sky Strikers. Now I don't remember if it's on the tier list still, but I feel like it should still be on tier 3. This deck just has ways to get through absolutely everything. I don't think you can name me a board that this deck can't break. If you can name me a deck that this board can't break, then I will lower it. And I'm willing to discuss it. Sword Soul, like they have it on tier 2, but they have it on tier 3 on Duel Links meta. I realistically feel like it should be tier 2, to be honest with you guys. I think that Dragons is better than Sword Soul, but I feel like Sword Soul is also better than everything tier 3 and lower, to be honest. But you guys can let me know if you feel differently. That's okay. Make Beatrice and draw 2 cards. Sky is high potential is so bad. Okay, why is it so bad? And who's making Beatrice? Is this deck making Beatrice and drawing 2 cards? Because that's kind of funny. What makes Sky Striker bad? Eldritch with a level 10 rock guy? Well, yeah, that's the play. That is the play. I do know that play. Turn 1 sucks with Striker? Well, I mean, that's why you draw a million cards. And play an out. And whatever the out just needs to be. Like, I think White Princess might be the best one right now. Okay. Is it doing anything else other than Beatrice and drawing 2 cards? Sky Striker going first is almost a game loss. Let's see. Sky Striker is not an auto loss going first in Duel Links skill issue, to be honest. When played well, the deck is functionally tier 2. That's kind of how I feel. I do think that most Sky Striker players are just going to be going with the motions rather than thinking about what they're doing. Cyburst decks are 2 unsupported. Wait. What do we? Wait, who's talking about Cyburst right now? Who's talking about Cyburst? What Cyburst deck are we talking about? Sky Strikers goes well with the fossils. That's not a deck though. That's an engine. Okay. So Libromancer is Cyburst? Okay. Alright. I didn't know. So they just do Beatrice and draw 2 cards? I mean, you know, I don't actually know what any of the cards do. So we're gonna come back to this later and maybe watch a video or something. Dark Magician, tier 2, realistically. I mean, come on, bro. It's about damn time. I personally feel like the decks that I would be most sweating against are Blue Eyes, Shino Bird, and Dark Magician. But I do think that since Blue Eyes has a rough going second against Shino Birds, then it can't be necessarily on the same tier as it. But going first against the majority of the decks in the game, Dark Magician should win. But going second is still very good. Have you added Chaos Chimera OTK? Yeah, I did. But I'm not adding any more decks. Only one monster is Cyburst? Okay. Alright, so still... looks like the chat also doesn't really know what the deck does. Okay. Alright, so Utopia. Utopia, I feel like at this point it's easy to say it's just Rogue now. Utopia is cool. You know, if you're just starting the game, you want to learn to play with Utopia. All right, that's cool. Learning learning Utopia is good because it teaches you how to not do the wrong thing. Because you can very easily do the wrong thing in Utopia, but once you learn to do the right thing, you never do the wrong thing again. And that, when you find that out, you start to look for the wrong thing in the other decks you find out, so that you stop doing the wrong thing. Flew under Rees. Oh my goodness. This deck may end up being tier 1. But I'm just going to say tier 2 for now. I think it's way too strong to not be. Let's see. Now, to be honest, guys, I just blanked for a second. What did I just talk about? I just talked about Flu, didn't I? If you don't think DM is that strong, but maybe I faced bad DM players, you did face bad DM players. When I've talked to Dark Magician players, they all are ending on less interruptions than me. It's actually kind of frightening to see just how much people don't try to find the maximum output of a deck, and they have this idea of what a deck does based on the TCG. They try to replicate that, and that's all. It's kind of funny. 2 to 3 interruptions, no. It's 3 interruptions bare minimum. How does Flu beat Blue Eyes, set Majesty with skill? I don't know. I'm not putting it in tier 1. I just know that if Flu goes first against a lot of decks, it's not looking very good. But and the fact that Flu can go first in hand rip, that's kind of rough. So I feel like tier 2 makes sense to me. You think Utopia has high potential? Like, it's not tiered, of course, but it's still playable? Well, that's what Rogue is. Rogue is the playable category, you know what I mean? By the way, if anyone here is from the is from the Quantum Cubes server and you're taking this tier list seriously, the joke is on you, bro. I'm literally talking about decks that I have not played in Duel Links. I am talking about decks I have played, but a lot of these I haven't played these shits. Like, I am just doing this for the content. All right, this is not a serious stream. So just take the carrot out your ass. That's essentially what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. I think that Thunder Dragon is a solid rogue deck. I don't think it can be high potential. I don't think it can be tiered, just because of the fact that, like, decks be searching with their skills. And there are decks that search without their skill. Like, Sheena Birds does searching without the skill. Dark Magician does. Like this deck, like Flu does. Sky Striker obviously does. But, like, you can probably get through a Thunder Dragon board with a decent amount of decks. So, even though the effect of Colossus is really damn relevant, I don't think it can be higher than Rogue unless they give it some busted ass skill. Let's see. What does the chat say? Flu is tier 1 in my opinion, since turn 1 they can ham loop 3 easily. Yeah, right. But then you could make the argument that Ancient Gears should have been tier 1, since going second it was almost a guaranteed OTK. But it wasn't, because sometimes I had to go first, and sometimes Flu has to go second. You know what I'm saying? The end board for Libro is Beatrice, Mask, and Negate with the Ritual Woman, and a Bounce with a Trap. That's 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. And on your turn, do you send anything with Beatrice to do more? Beatrice, Libro Mask can make them new Link 3. Draw 2 cards with it. Okay, so that's where they're getting the draw 2 from. Makes Beatrice Special summon a ton of monsters. The rituals are good. Can steal monsters with a trap and have an Omni negate. Okay, Libro is looking good. What's the going second looking like for Libromancers? Is the going second solid against, say, a Shinobirds or a Blue Eyes? Okay, alright. Just for that, I'm gonna put Fossils at tier 0. Alright, guys. Fossils tier 0. I actually don't care about Fossils. Fossils, even if you play him with Sky Strikers or whatever, it's just a casual deck. So I'm keeping it in casual. I'm sorry, guys. Can we skip Valence? Pendulum makes 0 sense. I mean, Pendulum only makes 0 sense if you don't know how to Pendulum summon. I don't know what Valence do. You guys are gonna have to tell me. But that Libromancer looked kind of good. So I just want to know what does Libro do to break through a board? Thunder has a strong turn 1, but it sucks going second. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's not that amazing going first either. It's fine going first. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it would have been busted as shit last year. Flu going second using Ryza. You beat Blue Eyes with Libro using a level 8 ritual that attacks twice and deals double damage. Okay, so against Flu you use Ryza. Okay, but what do you do against Shinobirds? That's what I want to know. Against specifically Amano Iwado. That's what Amano and the triple bounce. What are you doing there? Valence is only rogue. They survive only because of Beyond the Pendulum Link. Valence focuses on moving around their board to destroy enemy monsters, but the deck is nerfed in Duel Links due to a lack of board space. Okay, well every deck is nerfed because of lack of board space. Your brain tells you to edit part of this stream. That's fine. You can edit part of the stream if you like, bro. It's gonna be a big one to edit though. So I guess this one should be 3 or 2, right? That's a lot of interruptions. It can break through boards, but what can it do against a mono? I'll put it there just to be safe. You guys tell me if you feel like that's wrong. Valence on end board is an Omni, a Monster Negate, and a Pop plus one of the back rows. Do the back rows do anything good? Bro, just DD Crow and bait the trap. Is that easy? Okay, so in other words, open a staple. So that's what every deck does, man. That's what every deck does against. Like you can bait out them summoning a mono, but then you have to deal with a mono. Like, does the deck deal with a mono? That's what I want to know. Okay, I see, Monarch. I see. Let's see. Somebody ping me on Discord. Onomat Ogduatic? Hell no, bro. I'm not including cooks on this list, man. So everyone's kind of shit talking Valence. They got a few interruptions, but are they good going second? That's the only way to win. Okay, got you. So it's got a somewhat poor Shinobird matchup unless you have the right staple to counter what they do. Valence can outpass the effect of a mono for their summons only. Okay, summons isn't really the problem. The problem is, can you win if they summon a mono, regardless of how you go about it. You know what I mean? You gonna sleep? All right. See ya, Monarch. Have a good one. How you doing, Claws YouTube? Yeah, so I don't exactly know what the fuck I'm talking about with the new decks. But as far as some of the older stuff, I know. And that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you guys about it, bro. Can you make a video on how to counter meta decks? I don't have enough time. I would love to do so. If I were a full-time YouTuber, I would do it. But I have a job, unfortunately. and the job takes up a lot of my time. So I spend what time I do have making other videos. Nouvelle bros, hey Quantum, how you doing? Uh, um, okay. What's next? What's next to talk about? So I guess I'll wait until you guys tell me more about Valence to talk about it more. But Ancient Gears, I can probably say that's rogue, but like, cause this deck can still OTK, bro. It can still very easily OTK, but sometimes it has to go first. Oh well. Shadows being tier 3 on the Duel Links meta tier list, that's a rough thing to think about, man. It is really a rough thing to think about, but I do kind of get it. Because a lot of decks have an inherent out to window now. Like, throughout the year, there have been decks with an inherent out to window, but those outs have just been getting better and better, you know? So I understand it. But obviously still a very goddamn strong deck. But now that it is tier 3, I think maybe they just don't nerf it. You don't need to nerf Shadows. Let the Shadow players have their fun at this point. You know what I mean? We can deal with Winda, and they have other things that happen if you deal with Winda. That is gameplay at that point, you know? Playmakers made a cool video. Aaron went undefeated from Plat to Cog with Ancient Gear. Of course Aaron did. I mean, this is Aaron we're talking about, bro. Of course he did. But you can do that with a rogue deck, can't you? But you know what? Maybe we can watch the Playmaker video to help us find out how good Valence is, you know? Should all have new support. Yeah, I've actually seen some of that new support. It's a bit disgusting. It's a bit disgusting, but you know, they deserve it at that point, bro. It's been long enough in the OCG. You think Ancient Gear and Sky Strikers are the same? Also, why is Speedroid not on here? But yeah, that's a good point. Why is Speedroid not in here? It's because nobody's mentioned Speedroid, bro. That's why. Aaron went like 35-0 undefeated to Cog one day with Ancient Gears. Yeah, you can do. I mean, let's be real. That is something you can do with a rogue deck. You can do that, especially with Ancient Gears. If you go first against decks that you can hard counter going first, and then you go second the rest of the games, then you're going to win a bunch. But in a best of 3, Ancient Gears isn't going to do as well against everything. But, you know, maybe the tier list has nothing to do with best of 3. Maybe there's a best of 1 tier list, you know. Okay, a lot of people want to hype up Ancient Gears. I'll move it up to high potential. Okay, that's fine. But you guys can tell me if you need it to be higher and why. Incarnation limitation was too cruel. That was not too cruel, bro. They limited it to 1 and it remained the best deck for almost the rest of the year. That is not that cruel. Come on, bro. Let's be real. Besides, I only have 1 prismatic incarnation, so how am I doing? I'm doing well, Claus. I mean, the chat has been absolutely destroying my mental state for the last hour and a half, but I'm you know, I'm recovering now. So, thank God for that. Okay, so here I have Masquerade representing Despia. Yeah, it fell off, man. It actually, funnily enough, it was in tier 1 for a decent amount of time after falling off. I think that some of the time that it was in tier 1, it should have been in tier 3, and now it's well and truly fallen off. And people have recognized it. Like, it's been falled off for quite a while, bro. I mean, you could put it here, but let's be real, bro. It's here. I mean, you can give me an argument against that, but I don't think that Despia is that good. I don't think it's that nice, to be honest with you. But it's playable. Chimera, very good. Chimera is very nice. Chimera is so ridiculously adaptable. Of course, it's tier 3. I'm glad we have a brief moment with no Shadow. Well, yeah, we had about an hour, no mention of Shadow. It is crazy right now. Like, the thought process isn't how do we out Winda. The thought process is how do we out a mono? How do we out Mind on Air? How do we out Wiracocha, I guess. Maybe Wiracocha is gonna make people want to play Imperm. Chimera is dominating in the tournaments. I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised. Bandit is... So should Chimera be higher? Should Chimera be higher, guys? You tell me. Hold on a sec. I'm just going to check something. Jeez, la freaking wheeze. We got some viewers in this bitch. How do we survive Majesty? True. Yeah, exactly, Quantum. Exactly. Exactly. We gotta have a way to deal with all of this shit, bro. How do we, like a lot of the decks here are, like, relatively just a deck. I don't know if I'm making sense. A lot of the decks here are just doing Yu-Gi-Oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh going on. But some decks got a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh shit going on, and something that warps the game. We got a lot of gatekeepers right now. And because we have a lot of gatekeepers, it means that a deck needs to be able to answer those gatekeepers. It's going to impact deck building. It's going to impact whether or not a deck can even be relevant at all. And I think that's good. I think it's a kind of a good thing to have gatekeepers because it pushes the game forward. We can't be thinking about Winda the entire game future, bro. You know, I feel like it actually might be a better thing for Konami to create a game state where Winda isn't a problem rather than banning Winda. If every deck has some way to not care about Winda in some form or fashion, in the way that Shadows go about summoning it, that is better than just outright banning it, in my opinion. It is better for everyone to out it. That way Winda can still have their game plan. Because Winda is realistically a core part of their game plan. And if we take that away, Shadows is going to get a lot worse. Because Shadows is kind of designed around Winda, to be honest. Any idea for the upcoming ban list? Yeah, ban Wiracocha. Everyone wants to play Imperm, but no deck can play it. That's not really true. There's a lot of decks that can play Imperm. It's just none of the decks I've built so far since Imperm have come out have been a deck that I wanted to play Imperm in. Is there some other way to get Melody of the Waking Dragon? Because I don't really have time to level up to 45 on both Kaiba characters. You don't need to level up on both Kaiba characters. You just need to level up on one of them. Just the DSOD one. I don't know who told you to level up on both of them. Just level up on one of them and you'll get 3. There used to be another way, but it doesn't exist anymore. Sorry, bro. Despia is way stronger than Rogue, probably tier 3. It's incredibly resilient. Branded opening stops Majesty. Can easily break boards and OTK. Can always execute its game plan. Has a great grind game. Okay, gets through Majesty. What about a mono? What about Mind on Air? A mono and Mind on Air. What now? Because I don't think that against Mind on Air it's looking too nice. And I don't think that against a mono is looking that crazy either. Because I don't think the bounce targets. I think that's relevant to bring up. It is a resilient deck, but we got a lot of resilient decks in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So what is it going to set it apart is its ability to get through all of the gatekeepers, not just one of them. What do you think of the new Vector skill? I'm going to keep it a brick with you, bro. I haven't read it. Let me look it up. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Let me pull it up. You think Chimera is at least the same as Sword Soul? All right. Okay. That makes sense. I might move that then. All right. That kind of looks all right. You only use the skills first and second effects once per turn, one effect per turn. Okay, so you can't use both on the same turn. And once each per duel. Okay. Can you be used before your normal draw? You transform. You send 3 rank 5 numbers with different names that have a different number or higher in the name from your extra deck to the grave. And then send 3 monsters with the same name from outside of your deck to your opponent's grave. So similar to the other skill. Then play Masquerade from your extra deck face down. Okay. One of the cards from your normal draw this turn will be Rank Up Magic Baron's Force or Rank Up Magic Admiration of the Thousands. So you get to go into the boss monster for like 3k, sorry, 6k attack, I think right, and then the other effect, reveal a dark monster or a spell from your hand, then either place the card on the bottom of your deck and send it to the grave, then draw 2 cards. So you would probably, going second, you'd probably go for this for an OTK. Going first, you might go for this to set up a board, or you could still go for this to set up a board and do this on the follow-up play, either way. And then does this make the deck better? Probably. Does it make it good? I don't know. It doesn't seem that much different to the previous one. Bro, am I from Morocco? You mentioned that you saw the flag, didn't you? Yeah, I lived in Morocco for 5 years. I'm not Moroccan, but I lived in Morocco for 5 years. Okay, so that skills. I might need to see what people cook with that one, to be honest, before I make any judgments on it. So yeah, Winged Dragon of Ra, tier 0. You know how it is, bro. And we're gonna move on. BES, obviously tier 0. Need I say more? I mean, we all know how incredibly good BES and Winged Dragon of Ra are, so yeah, we'll just leave that at that, and that can speak for itself. To be quite frank with you guys, I think that Winged Dragon of Ra has been a bit outmoded. I think that a lot of the new decks kind of make Ra look bad. To be honest with you guys. Hey, oh well, you know, thanks for coming out to the stream, Sufyan. I think that's it's probably late as hell for you over there, bro. Chimera movement, true. There we go. This is a good tier for it, right? Tier 2. I mean, I don't disagree with this. You know what I'm saying? But BES, I actually don't know anything regarding this. Is it high potential? Is it rogue? Like, I haven't even tried it out. Like, I know that they just got more support from the box. I don't know whether or not that does anything. I know that Loom and shit and people were like talking about how shit the deck was on one day, and then the next day they were like, "Oh, it's actually good." Just let the deck simmer. Let it sit in the kitchen for a bit before we make a judgment. All right. Ra is at least high potential. I think that Ra has the potential to be high potential, but there are too many decks that what's it called? That gatekeep it from being high potential. BES's Rogue, the new support isn't good. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not good, but can I say it's not good enough? You know, that's like, that's a different thing. Who is that person behind the mosque? There's no one behind me, bro. That's just me here. I don't think you're. I don't see any mosque around here. This is just what I look like. I think BES is even casual. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm okay with the idea of it being casual. Does it do... Can anyone... I will put it in casual. Can anybody in the chat defend BES and say that it can do anything against the meta? Because if you're going to be rogue, it means that you can do something against the meta to snag a win. Altergeist, probably high potential a rogue, because it uses the same skill as this. I wouldn't say it's just as good, but the boards it makes is very good. But it will lose to a droplet, arguably the best card in the entire game. So I don't think it can be meta now just for that reason. But I feel like Rogue and High Potential kind of makes sense for that deck. RDA, Tier 3, High Potential Rogue. It's difficult to say. What does it do against you? It doesn't really. It's not that good against Blue Eyes. What does it do against you? Okay, I guess it can do something against, but not if they unicorn themselves. Red Dragon Archfiend players, help me out here, bro. Help me out here, bro. Is RDA good? Altergeist mentioned. Yeah, I mean, you know, Altergeist is good. High potential for Geist. I'm willing to put it there. But what about RDA? That's what I want to know right now. Is it in the tier list? Is it in the top 3 tiers? Because what? How does RDA do against the Amano play if they make sure that they have no monsters left on the field? Which they can easily do against a deck like RDA to prevent skills from activating. Or does the RDA skill trigger off of cards? Does RDA skill trigger off of cards or monsters? You'd say tier 3 at the most? Tier 3 yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to put it in tier 2 or anything. High potential at tier 3. But what would make it tier 3? I feel like high potential, probably not rogue, so high potential minimum, tier 3 maximum. But how's it doing against Shinobirds? Like, I don't think that you need to beat Shinobirds, but I think that you need to have a plan at least. You need to have a plan against the top decks, at least. So I'll put it in high potential for now until somebody answers me. So Dinos, probably rogue, to be honest. It's a good ass deck. I put it right next to Thunder Dragons because people are mixing them bitches. So Dinos is, funnily enough, even though it puts up so many interruptions, it's kind of one of the fair decks. At any moment, it could be tiered. But it's kind of fair, which is really weird to think about, because have you guys read Misk? It's not a fair card. Can fight Shadol RDA? Yeah, it can fight Shadol. But being tier 3 isn't necessarily about what can fight other tier 3 decks. Being tier 3 is, does it have game against the meta? Like any game at all, I feel like. My thought process is tier 1 is the best decks. Tier 2 are the decks that are almost the best decks. And tier 3 are the decks that can compete with tier 1 and tier 2. Just might not have the best. They might have like a 40 to 50% win rate against most of them, but might have some super good matchups into some of them. Why high potential for Despia? They can use Fiendish Chain against Amano. They can't get Fiendish Chain if the Shino player is smart and ends their turn with no monsters on the field. And they would Fiendish the ritual that tries to summon the Amano. Let me just reread the skill though. Hold on a sec. Okay, yeah, it considers monsters. So yeah, if the Shino player sees that you're playing Jack Atlas, they will end their turn with no monsters on the field, which is easy to do, considering it's a spirit deck, and they can unicorn themselves too. They can leave one ritual on the board, and then it returns itself to the hand. You get the trap, and you just don't summon the level 8. You just have the level 4 return itself to the hand. So they can easily play around the skill to not get Fiendish chained, and that way there's nothing that you can do against their interruption. So I think that RDA stays in high potential, especially considering it doesn't look like anyone's playing it in the last couple of weeks. I want to know why you're defending Despia here, to be honest, Budget Gaming. I don't think that Despia trumps the other decks in high potential. Not gonna lie. Also, being rogue isn't about beating the high potential decks. Being rogue and high potential is not necessarily how they interact with each other. It's how they interact with the meta that matters. Like, for example, let's say this deck has a really good I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying for the sake of argument. Let's say Utopia had an insane Dark Magician matchup. That would mean it should at least be tier 3 in my opinion. Let's say Utopia had an insane Ancient Gear matchup. I'm not saying that's true. That doesn't fucking matter because this is not a popular deck. In your status as a high potential rogue is in relation to how good you are against these 3 tiers. Like, oh shit, bro, this deck is really good against this deck. It doesn't matter. It's not going to move it higher. Your tier depends on how you're doing against these 3. That's at least how I'm running this personally. I think the fact that RDA really just loses to Shino Birds, I can't really put it on the tier list. It's got to at least have a plan. And if your plan is just open a staple, I don't know about that. Because Dark Magician, you do want to open a staple going second against them, but going first, you're still good. You should win going first against Shino Birds, going first with Dark Magician. Like I'm not saying you have to win, but you have to have a plan. You know? Okay, it has a rough matchup into Shino and a decent matchup into Blue Eyes. I think that doesn't make it as good as the other decks in high potential. Because having a decent matchup against one tier 1 deck, that sounds like a rogue deck to me. Like if it has a good matchup against one tiered deck, that's fine. But what about the rest of the tiered decks? That's what Rogue effectively is. Rogue typically is a deck that has really good matchups against a smaller percentage of the meta. Some of the meta, but a smaller percentage of it. So Mufasa says, add Emancipator now with Borrowload Savage. They end on Borrowload, Dragite, Herald, and Kawakimaru back row or Monster Negate. So that's an Omni Negate, a back row Negate, another Omni Negate, and then another Negate of your choice. That's pretty solid, but it's all negates. It would be nice if it had some removal, right? Maybe, what would they have to sacrifice to go into IP out of that board? While you guys are chatting, let me just check how many people are watching. Sheesh. We got some watchers, bro. We got some watchers. I'm going to go on a bit of a lightning round, adding a whole bunch of decks to the trash tier real quick. Okay. I'll say them out loud. Unchained, Dragoonity, Fabled, Evil Eye, Cosmo, Lightsworn, Mutant, Prank Kids, Ojamas, Ubel, Spriggans, Subterra's Rogue. Subterra's fine, right? Magnets, Cristrons. Cristrons is cool, but I mean, let's be real, guys. Super Heavies, Boojins, Fortune, the Gimmick Puppets, Predaplants. Is Predaplants Rogue still? I don't know. Is it? I don't know, guys. You tell me if Predaplant should be higher. Taunt Magician, Lunalights, Trick Stars, Triamids, Element Sabers, Hazy Flame, Melfi, Amazements, Yangzing, Melodious, Wind Witch, Chronomaly, Bugs, Agents, Dogmatica. Let's be real, guys. All right, like, we're not putting that higher. War Rocks, Morphtronics, Starry Night. What is that called again? What is that deck called again? Shit. Whatever that deck is called, bro. Ogdoadics, Trains. Trains is cool, but at the end of the day, let's be real, okay? Gladiator Beast, Earth Machines, Farfa. For out of respect, we're gonna put Farfa at the top. Mutants could it be at the end of the Rogue tier? Okay, you make the case for mutants. Make the case for mutants for us. Satellar Knights, Teller Knights, World Chalice. Actually, hold on. We got Magic-y, guys. Magic-y tier 0. Obviously. Sushi, Zombies, Red Eyes, Dynamist, Yosenju's, Myosenju's, Abyss Actors, Performapals, Sacred Beasts. This deck, I don't know whether Umbrals is good or not, so I'll put it in Rogue just for the moment. Spellbooks, Odd Eyes. Very sad about Odd Eyes. They actually supported Odd Eyes, but it wasn't good enough. It's kind of sad. Cyberdarks, Infernoids, Branded, Cyber Dragons, Cubics, Musketeers, Mech Knights, Gravekeepers. This deck is actually good. It's at the higher echelon of good decks. The Battle Boxers. Incas really kind of sucks ass, bro. For real. Star Seraphs. Mayakashi. Bro, I gotta put Mayakashi high on the casual. Like, I still like playing Mayakashi these days, but like it's not looking good. Doom King. I also love you, Doom King. D Heroes, Vampires really sucks. It needs some legit support, bro. Archfiend truly sucks. Phantom Knights, it's rough days. Sharks is among the better of the bad decks as well. Fleur could legitimately come back at any moment, so we'll put it at the top of casual. Furhire, Cyber Angels, What's gonna be? Yeah, you know what? Just out of respect for my boy, gonna put What 007 at the top of tier 0, bro. That's my guy right there, bro. I used to watch What 007 Duel Links videos all the time, bro. Salamangrates. Salamangrates gotta be Rogue at least, right? Because they're still popping. You'll still see them trying to figure shit out now and then, you know? Heroes. I feel like Heroes at this point, we can safely call Heroes casual, I think. At this point, they probably need a bit more support, but we're happy for them to not get support. I think it can still win, but it's not looking good against the meta, to be real with you. Armed Dragons, not looking good either. Gishki, Dino Wrestler, I think that is. Vendread, Necros, Paleozoic. There's only one guy in the entire world who can win with Paleozoic in Duel Links, and that's Rain Down. This deck, I think they just got a new skill, so I am willing to at least talk about it later. If you guys know anything about it that I don't. Arum Mages, Plants, Black Wings, Crusadia, Goki, Suprex is activating its effect. Orchist. Let's put Orchist at the top of Casual 2, just in case people want to say anything about Orchist. I think like Loom's been cooking with it, I guess. I don't know, man. This isn't necessarily, hey, Undead is trying to make a statement about the meta. This is me trying to figure out shit and see if the chat can help me out. Code Talkers fell off a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but like a while ago. Whatever the fuck this thing is. Heraldic Beasts. Rainbow Dragon. The Crystal Beasts. They're rogue. It is what it is, bro. They're rogue. I think they struggle against some of the new decks, though. So I don't think they can be that high rogue. Tindangle Rogue? Okay. Why is Tindangle Rogue? Please tell me. I would love to know. I'm not doubting it. I just want to know. Infernity. Now this, the Exorcisters. They're probably rogue, right? But I don't know. I have not played them since they got their support. Burn, get the fuck out of here. Tri-Brigade is cool, but at this point they're kind of rogue. At this point, not because they're necessarily bad. It's just because they've just been power crept at this point. Metaphys sucks. TGs need some more support. Bust Blader sucks. Gem Knight. I don't know what to say about Gem Knight. They're technically still FTKing, but they're not doing well in tournaments at least. Mech Lord, bottom of Casual. Skull Servant. Tier 0. Yeah. I think that's accurate, right? Nah, I'm just playing. But this deck does suck, and so does this one. Shiranui, Monarchs, Heroes, the Photon Dragons, the Tachyon Dragons, the Gaia, Toons, Malefics, Magician Girls, LeBron James, Harpies, Raid Raptors, Ice Jades, maybe Rogue? I don't know. Ancient Warriors, I'm sorry. I'm willing to talk at least about Adamancipators. That's probably decent. Dragon Maids is technically only good in Dragons, but as a deck as itself is not good. Fluffles, Live Twins, probably roguish, right? Where did it go? Did I lose it? There it is. Yeah. And then finally Trap Tricks. Okay, we got rid of all of the trash decks, and now let's look at the proper tier list with all of the good stuff. You should totally order the casual tier. Hell fucking nah. Hell fucking nah, bro. Hell nah, dude. Hell nah, bro. I have already wasted enough of my mental energy. At this point of the stream, I want you guys to tell me I'm wrong. Because everything here is just basically a knee-jerk reaction. I want to be told why a certain deck should be in a different position. Okay? This is supposed to be a community-created tier list, not an undead-created tier list, alright? So please, please let me know. You gotta tell me, guys. If you want something to be different, you gotta let me know, bro. You gotta tell me what's up, bro. I'll have some milk. Do it for the content, bro. I'm already doing it for the content, bro. Live Twin Rogue, Heroes Casual. Yeah, it's because I don't respect Heroes. I might be biased on heroes, man. I might be biased on heroes. But Live Twins at least has its fan base that keeps getting King of Games with it. Heroes like has fans not because it's just Jaden, and there's a million Jaden fans in the world. Can you please tell me why Heroes should be higher? Also, let me be honest too, man. Okay? Let's not act like the entire casual tier is equal to each other, alright? Because we have Cyber Angels and Triamids here, and then we have Tindagles and Orchist. They're obviously not the same, but I'm not going to necessarily call them rogue either. Like, you can't have this amount of casual decks and they're all equal, especially when people are bringing up decks that are a million years old. Starting a poll to organize the casual list? Yeah, that's not happening. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, bro. Why is Adamancipator rogue? Is it the new rabbit skill? I would say that with the new synchro that they've been waiting for, that they are... I mean, let's be real. If I am looking at top decks at any given point within the last few months, Adamancipator is always got some people playing it. It's got, like... There's people getting King of Games with it, and now it just got a new synchro that it's basically been waiting for the whole time. That it's finally got more than one Omni Negate, which is very helpful for them. Yeah, I think that they can make a pretty solid end board, but I don't think that they're necessarily high potential or higher. Just played against heroes with Burrow turn 1. He had an insane hand and almost won. I mean, it is a deck that is designed to draw into staples. He probably had the right staples, right? Because heroes can actually handle the actual meta while Live Twin can't. I mean, don't they both handle it the same way? You like my style from New Zealand? Also, what's the deal with Sword Soul? They annoy? You like my style from New Zealand, bro? Kia ora, bro. Kia ora. And Blue Eyes play X. Oh, wait, how? Dragons with Blue Eyes? I didn't. Oh, you don't speak English. Okay. If you don't speak English, bro, I can't necessarily help you either. You know what I mean? It's a live stream. I only speak English. But I guess Heroes is better than Live Twins. I don't care that deeply about it. Fine, bro. Have your Heroes in the Rogue tier, bro. There it is. Okay. Now, since you guys don't want to necessarily correct me on the important decks, I guess I will start looking at some YouTube videos. Live Twin can't keep up with most of the casual decks. Okay, most of the casual decks is a bit of a stretch. Did you see what the casual decks were? But I agree that it can't necessarily keep up with most of the rogue decks. But let's have a look at some YouTube to check out this deck. I think it's Valence, right? Give me a second, guys. Live Twin should not be in casual with the Sky Striker engine, which they should always play. It's at least rogue. I mean, Sharks can play the Sky Striker engine. That doesn't fix it. Remove tier 0 and split casual to trash. Nah, man. That's a lot of effort just for a bunch of decks that don't matter. Got any advice on what deck to go for? I just started playing again after a 7-year break, and I'm absolutely clueless. So far, I've been using a basic Blue Eyes deck. Now, I definitely recommend finishing that Blue Eyes deck, bro. Blue Eyes is probably the way to go as a new player to the current format. You should probably go for Blue Eyes because it is something that you can obtain mostly for free, and like there are certain paywall cards you don't have to play. But it is also just a generally easy deck to start learning to play, you know. So I would definitely say Blue Eyes is a good option. I would say Sheena Birds, but the event for Sheena Birds already went away. So yeah, definitely Blue Eyes. It's easy to play and it's very strong. Let me go find a Valence video. Who do I respect that has a Valence video? Free to play version. Whoa, wait a minute. Does that mean it's not optimal? You know, I respect Dueling Unlocked, so let me check him out.
You guys.
Okay. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just gonna make the audio better. Sword Soul for new players? You know, Sword Soul is also a good option. I would just say Blue Eyes because it is stronger. Sword Soul will be mostly easier to get though. There is that. Oh shit, did my camera turn off? That's crazy. Hold on, let me fix that before I move on. Okay, there we go. Okay. You just spent 10 minutes spamming decks. 10 minutes? You spent an hour spamming decks, bro. There's not 10 minutes. Besides the fact that you spent that long spamming decks just to torture me, doesn't really do you any favors in making me do what you want me to do, bro. So we got IC Gamers here on his YouTube channel. Does that work? Yeah, that looks that kind of works. No one expected this deck. Okay, here we go. Dueling Unlocked. I'll have his username there, and then this kind of works. Okay, let's go.
What's going on? It's Duel Unlocked here, and today I'm here to showcase you Ice Jade Valence. Now, this deck is a deck that no one expected, and it's a really, really cool deck. It usually ends on a...
By the way, does he sound... Can you guys really hear him? Please. If you guys can't hear him, please let me know.
A slime with the Agarine and the Erosion, as well as your Valence SR. You could also end on a rank 8 or the Dragite as well. The extra deck with Beyond the Pendulum. So the cards that you'll need for this is you do need one run through the box from the previous box, as well as 2.
Whoa, guys, we only need one of the UR. I might cop the deck, guys. All right, let's go.
2 run-throughs of the Ultimate Chaos, 1 run-through for the UR Valence, and then you'd have the triple Cosmo, triple Agarine, and double Cradle.
Hold on, let me see if you guys answered me. Oh, yep, sounds good. Okay, good shit. Kinda loud? I can live with that, because I'm not talking at the same time as him anyway.
And then what you do is you run triple Tremora, 1 Kingfisher, the Valence Warrior, the Valence Ninja, the Valence Archer, the Octi Ice Jade, Magical Libra. This card is a necessity. You will need it in the Fantastic Arc box. Triple Droplet.
After I turned it down, did that make it better? Your English is A2, but you understand isolated words in the middle of sentences. Blue Eyes top KC? Yeah, probably. Blue Eyes top KC. Blue Eyes Shinobird Dark Magician. Lake is in 5. You'll just adjust your own volume. Oh, I want to make it equal so that when I start talking, you don't have to turn it up again. You know what I'm saying? So I'll turn them down a little bit more.
1 MST, triple Cosmic. Cosmic is just so good this meta. Make sure you play triple Cosmic in almost every deck you play. Double Solo Activation, double Cradle, and 1 Cradle, as well as double Erosion. So this card, the Blizzard Princess here, what it does is if you tribute a spellcaster, your opponent can activate spell and trap for the rest of the turn. And there's no, like, you can't drop with this or challenge this in response. I didn't get to test this one yet, but I do like the idea of it. That is if you open a Ice Jade, as well as the Cradle and the Valence, or like the Valence spell, you can search this and then turn off all your opponent's back row, which is really cool. And so you can technically turn off your opponent's back row and their monster effects if you have the Cosmo and the Blizzard, which is kind of an insane combo. But yeah, the extra deck, we have Egyptian God card Slime. This card allows us to play around hand traps a lot of the time. With your skill, you can summon this card very easily going turn 1. If they can't Valor Imperb your combos. The Valence SR, this is a nice card here that allows you to pop a monster on the opponent's turn, which you do end on. Dragite negates spell and traps. Valgrind can make something unaffected. Nightmare Unicorn and Beyond the Pendulum. These two weren't really able to be made too often, so these zones
It has 3 likes now, guys.
are replaceable if you have something else that you want to run, like a different Xyz or something. But without further ado, guys, let's go and get into the replays, because I sure do have a lot of them. Alright, I think we'll start off... a lot of Rebecca.
A little quick advice, Icy. Edit this part out. They don't need to see you checking which replay to go to. I also recommend planning in advance the order of which you're going to show your replays, so you don't think about it while you're recording. You know, like, you want to showcase a particular thing in a particular replay, make that your first, make that your second, depending on what you want to teach first.
Let's start off here versus... Do you want to start off with the Rebecca ones? Yeah, we'll start off with first the Rebecca. I definitely have to show you...
Whoa, guys. Look at the amount of views. Guys, look at the views. Wait a second. This is going to be so cringe for so many of you. Oh my god, guys. Anyway, let me stop being a cringe asshole, bro. Okay.
Go first replays, let's go with second ones. So this is the ladder just reset, so this is like the top day 1 ladder in Legend rank. So about as good of opponents as you can face on the ladder. Guardian's Angel Charity. So we open the Valence cards. We're gonna skill grab this. So this allows us to play around the hand trap, so we don't go into the slime. We'll Cradle, get the Tremora. We can skill now to send the Tremora to grab the Agarine. If you don't have the Valence Priestess, you always get the Priestess, and so the cards you really want in your hand are going to be the Cosmo, the Agarine, as well as the Valence Priestess. So, Priestess effect here, this is the Valence combo. You grab the spell here to set this. The Valence spell effect allows the Priestess to search here. Archer effects to summon itself. Go into Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum effect, you grab the Magical Libra. Then you're going to scale the Magical Libra, as well as the Warrior. Note one thing: always activate this card in the middle zone, because if you activate it in the pen zone, it's very bad. So always activate it in the middle zone. So you do have to Pendulum Summon here to get your scale effects online. This will allow our scale to summon the Valence Warrior effect to push itself up. Libra effect to make our guys both level 8, decrease the Egyptian God card Slime to level 2, or to level 4, and increase our guy to level 8. So then you'll use the Valence Warrior effect, make sure to bounce it so you have the free slot there with the Libra. We're going to go into the level 12, Valence SR, this is the pop. We can then summon the Agarine, grab the trap for the erosion, we're going to set 2. Our opponent's going to Gold Sark. We are going to use the erosion here to negate this. They're going to attempt to book a moon and Droplet. We are going to chain in response, but it doesn't matter because they're going to negate both of these. They go Tempest. We're going to be able to go Tremora here. Tremora can search the Agaran. So they do have skill now. Agaran effect to search this, which is a little unfortunate for us. I think this deck probably does struggle somewhat versus the Dragon deck, mainly because Erosion doesn't destroy, so you can't really pop Joan. But we're going to drop it here against the Chamber, so no search for the Dragon Maid spell here. They're going to link off into the Phoenix effect, or not Phoenix effect, they're going to go Joan, Charity, Stamping Destruction, so they can pop the trap or the field spell. Link off into the Atum, some of the Grand Tusk effect to pop. We are going to use our field spell here to make our opponent's monster become less. They're going to Unicorn target the Egyptian God Slime, Charity, set another Gold Sark, Stamping Destruction, take away the field spell, to go against Beyond the Pendulum, gain the 1200. Agarine effect, though, protects. Then we get our Cosmo back. We do have another field spell in hand. So our field spell can grab us.
How in the fuck did you survive that? What the shit? How the fuck did you survive? God, well, anyway. The fact that he even survived. Let's see what the follow-up is.
The Tremora, we're going to summon the 10. We're going to use the effect, make them become less. We're going to then summon our 18. That's going to get Book of Moons. We take out the Joan, take out the...
Okay, that was not a very bombastic follow-up play. I'm not that impressed by that, specifically.
Atum. I was really low on time at this point. They're just going to go in for 400. Tremora effect, summon this.
So, is this just a very, very good at surviving deck that has a few interruptions going first? Perhaps.
Cosmic Cyclone, the perfect top deck here. It's just a Cosmic, so it didn't matter too much here anyway.
He should not have activated that shit.
And that is game.
That was some simplified ass Yu-Gi-Oh at the end of that game, bro. Okay, so Ice Jade keeps reducing attack. So it's very survivey. It's just a very survivey deck benefiting from the, I guess, interruption of the Valence. But that's only one replay. Hopefully we learn more from another.
So beating dragons. Pretty cool. Here's someone on another dragon deck. I don't know why they're running 5-headed.
Can we get another matchup?
But I guess they are doing it. Get this. Ice Jade Cradle effect, get the Tremora. Pitch, grab the Valence. I don't have... So the one thing I don't have here is I don't have another Ice Jade card. So I can't exactly grab a... I can't exactly grab the Agarine, which would have been really nice in this position. So we go ahead and go Magical Libra, go for the Valence Warrior. So sometimes if you open too many attacks, your hand gets a little iffy, but you can still end on... so we're going to end on the 12, we can normal summon the Magical Libra here, and this is where we can end on the Dragite for Spell and Trap Negate. Set 2, they're going to go for Charity. I'm going to attempt to pop the Joan, and they just surrender because they don't have another Joan.
It can be that simple, huh? Right. But that's just, I guess, them not having another starter and you having a pop. So maybe Dragons just isn't that good going second.
But yeah, that is a play for the Dragite.
Oh, going against Blue Eyes now, that's good.
Here's versus Blue Eyes.
Hold on. No, I agree that Cosmic is probably better than Eclipse. Depending on the deck, depending on the matchup, maybe your deck prefers a book to an Eclipse in particular matchups, like against Blue Eyes, for example.
We're going first. Play around the Veiler Infirm. Ripple effect, grab the Agarine. We have the spell, so the spell can grab the Priestess as well. So as long as you have the spell, you have access to the Priestess. Priestess effects, grab this. I will go a little bit slower here so you guys can see it a little bit better. We've scaled the Archer effect to summon itself. We go into the Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum grabs our other one because we already have the other Valence. So you're always gonna grab the first target that you're gonna grab is the Magical Libra with Beyond the Pendulum, and then the one that you're gonna grab with the level 2 is you always want to grab the level 8, the Warrior first, because the Warrior is the main way you get to the level 5, or the big one. So we're gonna pen summon the mad. So they're gonna Nibiru here. So now we still have our Agarine here. Our Agarine can grab the Erosion. So we still do have a droplet, or no, we just have this as well. So we're gonna grab alternative. They're gonna attempt to pop here. We will use our Agarine effect here. They're gonna go Master Visa Blue to set the Majesty. They're gonna attempt to activate the Majesty, which we will use the Erosion to negate it. Act the effect, summon, grab the Cradle, and then they just surrender.
Alright, fucking nice. I'll keep watching just to give Dueling Unlocked more watch time because I want him to succeed in life.
So, pretty cool. Here's another one versus Blue Eyes. Alright, we're gonna be going for.
Okay, so Marlene, if you want tips on how to play Dark Magician, I have a video about it, and I also have a 3.5 hour stream where I talk about it as well. The stream tells you what not to do, and the video tells you what to do. If you want more advice after that, you can feel free to DM me your deck list, your replays, any questions. The Discord link is in the description. That's where you can find me. I'm happy to help you any Dark Magician questions at all. I've been playing Dark Magician for like 8 years. I won a decent amount of money with it in the TCG. And even in Duel Links, I won a decent bit of money with it in previous iterations of the deck. But yeah. So thank you for asking. But anyway, I might have actually had myself muted for a second. I just want to give Dueling Unlocked more of a chance to explain the deck so that I can have a better idea of where we should tier it. This is still a tier list stream, guys, okay?
First, once again. Alright, Shade Ripples, and that. Grab you. Alright, skill. See, we go for this one because we already have the spell. Spell effects. You. Another spell. Send that over. Get the warrior. Valence effect to summon itself. Go beyond the pendulum, beyond the pendulum. They're gonna use the nib a little early here. Which is fine for us. We're gonna go Magical Libra. Hojo here. Pen summon for this. Hojo effect can come up. Magical Libra. We can then make our guys into this. We get the Agarine as well. So now we have a pop and a negate. They're just going to attempt to attack with 3 back row. We're going to go and pop. Our field spell makes their become 0. We can pop again, and then they're just like, alright, I'm out.
Word. So, go first. Plays through Nib. Nice. I like that. I kind of like it. Not enough to maybe play it because I don't really want to play a Pendulum deck. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, it does look familiar, doesn't it, Icy? It does look familiar. And also, when I started watching it, guess how many views it had. um,
GG's.
but yeah, basically, we're trying to have you teach me how to play Valence Ice Jade for a tier list.
So here's another one versus Utopia.
You're going against autism itself? The autism, bro.
And we're gonna be going first again here. 20 cards. Our hand is actually like really good. Did I show you guys any Go Second replays? I don't think I did.
Hold on. Icy, if you're in the chat, please tell me what the deck does going second, because that's really important. Please. That's what I was waiting for, to be honest with you.
I'll have to show you guys a Go Second replay because I definitely have some. So same situation here. Now you guys have seen the combo now. So I'll go a little faster. We have double traps. They're gonna Cosmic one of them. But we have a second copy, so it doesn't matter here anyway. They go into the further Utopia as well. Rank up magic. This is where we use the erosion to negate it. And of course, droplet versus double is so good. If you can send a monster, we'll grab the cradle. So go Utopia double effects. We're gonna use cradle as well as droplet. No effect for them, all their monsters are 0, and they scoop. Here is one versus Blue Eyes. Alright, I probably go first here as well. Yeah, I go first. Alright, I'll show you guys a Go Second replay. After this one. Surely I have that. This one was interesting though. So we go for this, play around Infirm and Nibiru. Valence effect. They're gonna try and Valor this, but they can't because they have to Valor the slime. This is why we play the slime. So if they had a Valor or Infirm there.
That's actually really tough. Using God Slime to play again, like to make sure the Valor can't hit you. That's so tough. That's so tough. Oh my goodness. This deck keeps looking better and better, man.
Beyond the Pendulum. And we know they have Nibiru as well. So I go for the rank 8 to make my Egyptian God card slime unaffected. I baited the end of the main phase here, so I can go ahead and then normal summon the Agarine, grab the erosion. And we have the erosion set. We let them Rhoda here, they go Kaiserman. I'm gonna use my I should not have used the cradle here. But using the trap was good here to stop the Blue Eyes. We get the Agarine. Agarine grabs the field spell. They do the Master Eyes of Blue. Shows the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, goes for the Bingo Machine Go. Bingo Machine effect. They go for triple Blue Eyes. I'm surprised they didn't go Majesty, but I guess they didn't have anything there, so. GG's. They need to have Blue Eyes on field to get the other effect. So that was nice. Alright. Did I go second in this one? Let me find one where we go second, chat. And then we'll show you guys that one. Surely I didn't save 10 going first replay, right? There we go, here we go. We go second in this one. So this is Rescue Rabbit Call. Goes for the 10 key. 10 key effect. Grabs the Draconia. Time Thief Winder. Grab the Retrograde. Grab this. Sets 3. Alright, so we're going second. So let's show the going second a little bit slower. We're going to use the field spell. They're going to immediately Cosmic it. We're going to Droplet Send. That gets meet with the Retrograde. So now we will use our thing to use the Valence. We're going to go normal summon you, grab the Cradle. We're going to go Cradle effect. Cradle is going to be met with the Flameville counter. So that is another counter trap. We're going to go Valence Priestess, Priestess effect, summon itself, Priestess effect, grab the spell. The spell effect here to go for you. We have to set the field spell because we need a field spell to activate our Soul Awakening, so that's going to allow us to grab this. We're going to be able to summon. They're going to go ahead and bounce this back, which is fine. We can then go into Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum effect, grab the Magical Libra. They're going to pop this, which is also fine. Magical Libra, as well as the Valence. We are going to go ahead and pen summon 2. 1, 2. That negates their effects. We were trying to half the attack here, but that's fine. We go in for this. We are going to pump. We go in there. We leave the Time Thief. They're going to Book of Eclipse here. And then they have nothing left after that. So we will take it.
What the fuck was that? Like, obviously you played through a bunch of interruptions, but man, what was that guy cooking, man? Where's the Discord? Check the description of this very stream. And also, while you guys are here, thanks for coming. Leave a like. It'll help me on the algorithm. Organize your replays before recording. Hey man, that's just something that you learn doing YouTube for a bit.
Did I go second into this one? I'm interested about this.
I will say, I like that it can play through interruptions, but the main thing I'm worried about is going second against the gatekeepers of the format, like Amano, Majesty, Mind on Air, stuff like that.
As well. Okay, here's another replay going second. All right, we'll finish it with this one. So this is Dragon Maids. Hospitality. Pitsy, Nurse, Seals, set 3. Alright, we do top deck the drop, which is really good. Gonna bounce this back. Pretty annoying for us. We'll grab the Aggro. Grab the Cradle. This, it forces out Seals, so we can go Kingfisher. Well, it forces out the Book of Eclipse, at least. So that gets sent. We have the Valence effect. Grab the spell effect to grab this. They're gonna Seals to bounce that back. Seals summon the Parlor effect to dump. We're gonna Droplet, but they have another Book of Eclipse as well, so this means that their trap will go through. We do have Tremora, which we can pitch here. They're gonna go Tiding right away to summon out the Nurse. Nurse effect will allow them to revive Chamber. Chamber can search the changeover. So we're going to go and use our spell here. That's going to allow us to search another Valence. We can then move our guy up into Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum can go here. We have Magical Libra. And this is a spot where the Beyond the Pendulum will get the pop 2, because we're going to pen summon 2 at different levels. Means we get to pop 2 cards on our opponent's field. We can then go into the 8s. And then we can pop again. And that is going to be GG's. So yeah, the deck did pretty well. We can compete versus the meta decks fairly good. I think this is a really cool deck. Shout out to Egghin, who came up with the idea. We played it a lot on stream, as well as Libromancers, but it's a very fun deck. If you guys have the cards, I'd recommend trying it. So, if you guys enjoyed, remember to hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Hold
Peace.
up. I'm not subscribed? That's crazy. Why am I not subscribed? I'm subscribed now, okay, bro? Now you guys know what I watch on YouTube, bro. I watch Wolfie, I watch Red Dead Redemption, and I watch biology videos. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. The tier list that I've been making. Okay, so what are we gonna do with Valets? I mean, we learned what it does going first, and of course, going first, it looks solid. It can play through shit, which is nice. But going second, you don't want to go second against Blue Eyes, and a mono is rough. So I don't know if I can put it on tier 3, but I feel confident that I could put it in Rogue. I feel like Rogue makes sense to me, considering what else is in Rogue. You know what I mean? It's probably better among these amount of Rogues, and of course Ice Jade is here too, because it's the same deck. But yeah, anyone else in the chat see anything here that needs to be corrected? Because I'm definitely happy to discuss it. I'll look over it myself to see if there's anything I feel like is out of place. Obviously, new decks are new, right? So you got to take this entire thing with a grain of salt. Like, you know, you never know how it's going to develop in the next couple of weeks. Let me just turn the music back on real quick. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. To be honest, guys, I'm pretty happy that you guys have not been trying to correct me on Dark Magician. I definitely expected some people to come in here like, no, Dark Magician sucks. Dark Magician isn't even Rogue tier, bro. It sucks. It's so bad. But no, now you guys aren't even saying anything. No one's saying a damn thing about Dark Magician, so that's good. They agree that it should be tier 2. At least so far. If you guys have any issues with anything on this list, please. Now, I did see some people saying that Sky Striker should be lower because going first it's an auto lose. Now, I have never felt like it's an auto lose, even against a lot of the powerful ass board breaking, because you just have to pick the right tech and play your game plan to draw into it. Goddess and the spellcaster that reveal hand is strong. That's why Dark Magician is tier 2. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. But also the fact that you can protect all of that with all of your negates. You can have up to 4 negates. And that's not going to happen all the time, but I do get it a decent amount of the time. It's not that unlikely. I'm more likely to have 2 or 3 negates. Predator had the nerf removed. Orcus can be splashed to work against the meta, and same with twins. So what is Orcus going to be good in that makes it worthy of Rogue? I'm definitely happy to talk about Orcus and twins. Let me see if there's any results for either of those decks real quick. Live Twin has 4. 2 top 4s of community tournaments from the same guy with a live twin package. How many players in the tournament? 32. Solid, solid. How many in the other one? Starry Cup. 76 players. That's good. That's pretty good. So nothing to scoff at there. So twin strikers, and then anything over Orchist. I know you guys can't see my screen. That's just because I don't want to have to edit the screen. And I'm going to be back on the tier list anyway in a second. Anything for Predaplants or Orchist. We are fairly new into a new format, so it's possible that it gets some play soon. It doesn't look like either of those have any play now. Orchist BES. Okay, let me have a look at Orchist BES. Unless you're just talking about a Loom video. Should I watch a Loom video on stream? I don't know, man. Let me have a look. Okay. Alright guys, fine, we will look at Loom. Dingirsu completely breaks BES. That's good enough. It's a Yuki Duel Links video? Okay, alright, let me look up that instead. Damn, why did I come up? Okay.
皆さんこんにちは、ゆきです。今回はですね、レスキューラビットコールを使った巨大戦艦オルフェのデッキ紹介をしていきたいと思います。今回のストラクチャーデッキで巨大戦艦が強化されて、専用スキルも実装されたんですけど、専用スキルには自分のターンでの特殊召喚制限がついているせいで、強い盤面が作りづらかったんですけど、スキルレスキューラビットコールを使うことによって安定して巨大戦艦で強い動きができるようになりました。特にボスオンパレードがこのデッキで強いカードになっています。妨害カードとして使えるメタルスレイブを持ってくることによってリンギルスと合わせて3妨害することができたり、スキルの初動となるアサルトコアを持ってくることによってレスキューラビットからオルフェゴール展開もすることができるようになっています。さらに丸2の効果で手札フィールドのモンスターを1体破壊してデッキから攻撃力1200で守備力1000以下の機械属光属性モンスターを自分か相手フィールドに特殊召喚することができます。リンク値を
Can you guys understand what they're saying? Hopefully you guys can watch. I mean, hopefully you guys can understand.
増やすために使うことができたり、先行だと相手に送りつけることによって相手の方向でのボーナススキルを封じることも可能になっています。送りつけのカードとして超時空戦闘機ビッグバイパーを採用しています。このデッキはレスキューラビットを採用する関係上、送りつけのモンスターを余分に採用する必要がないので非常に相性のいいカードになっています。ボスオンパレードを持ってくるスプリット相手の先行になります。デリンジャーコアを使った展開方法を紹介します。スキルを使います。今回はオルフェゴールモンスターを
Hold on, somebody just said something about 10U Sword Soul. It sucks. Stop trying to put Tenyi and Sword Soul together. Okay, it doesn't work. Stop trying it. I keep seeing people trying to do it. It is just strictly worse than pure Sword Soul. It is like strictly worse in every way. Please just stop trying to do it, bro. It is strictly worse. I think that it is an important thing to keep in mind that when you're deck building, you're not building something that is just a strictly worse version of something else. And that is what Sword Soul Tenyi is. It is strictly worse than pure Sword Soul. I'm sorry to say it, man. I know that Sword Soul Tenyi is the better way to play it in the TCG and Master Duel, but this is not the TCG and Master Duel. They do not have the skill. This skill is so ridiculously bonkers. It makes the Tenyis redundant. Okay? Thank you.
引いているので、ギアギガントクロスでアサルトコアを手札に加
Okay, so Veil Roll Imperm there would have hurt.
えます。デリンジャーコアを特殊召喚します。ボスオンパレードを手札に加えます。ボスオンパレードを発動します。ボスオンパレードの効果を使ってビッグバイパーを相手フィールドに出します。これで後方の追加スキルを使えなくします。メタルスレイプを特殊召喚します。マーク3の効果を使うことによってガラテーの効果を使うことができるのでバベルをセットします。リンケルスをエクシーズ召喚してターン終了になります。相手はスキルを使ってヒメクジャクと新玉を見せます。コーリングを2枚手札に加えます。新玉を召喚して握り玉を手札に加えます。デリンジャーの効果を使います。メタルスリーブの効果で新玉を破壊します。コーリングを発動してヒメクジャクを儀式召喚します。ヒメクジャクの効果に対しては一雫で無効にします。2枚目のコーリングで
That droplet did a little bit of heavy lifting. I'm not gonna lie.
ヒメクジャクを儀式召喚します。握り玉とヒメクジャクの効果を使います。新玉を召喚して先玉を手札に加えます。アンゴルゴームをエクシーズ召喚します。メタルスレイプの効果でヒモロギを破壊しに行きます。アンゴルゴームでメタルスレイプの効果を止めることができないのでヒモロギを破壊して相手サレンダーになる。
That's nice. I don't know if that makes it. I think that droplet was probably carrying a little bit. But yeah, let's keep going.
します。ありがとうございました。双剣相手の先行になります。基本展開を紹介します。ボスオンパレードでデリンジャーコアを手札に加えます。デリンジャーコアを特殊召喚します。スキルを使ってレスキューラビットを出します。レスキューラビットの効果を使います。ギアギガントクロスをエクシーズ召喚します。スクラップリサイクラーを手札に加えます。リサイクラーの効果でリベルを墓地へ送ります。デリンジャーコアでボスオンパレードを手札に加えます。リベルの効果を使います。ガラティアをリンク召喚します。トロイメアの効果でスケルツォンを墓地へ送ります。マスカレーナをリンク召喚します。ビタルスレイブを特殊召喚します。ガラティアの効果でバベルをセットします。リンゲルズを
Is this AI voiceover, by the way? It sounds like a robot.
エクシーズ召喚してターン終了になります。相手はスキルを使います。あやめの双剣士を手札に加えます。竜双剣弦を発動します。エクリシアを特殊召喚します。アルバスの効果に対してはメタルスレイブを発動します。竜炎を特殊召喚します。メタルスレイブの効果で破壊します。大霊放送検問を発動します。マスカレーナでロンゲルスをリンク召喚します。フロイメアの効果でスケルツォンを墓地へ送ります。リンギルスの効果を使ったところで相手サレンダーになります。ありがとうございます。
That was so fucking cool. That was so fucking cool. Oh my god. That was so fucking cool. Bro. Dude. That's so fucking cool.
ました。ブラックマジシャン相手の後方になります。ナビゲートをしてて見習い魔導士を特殊召喚します。
Alright, opponent is playing Dark Magician, meaning that they are about to trigger me. Why didn't you start the game activating your skill, buddy?
スキルを使います。マジシャンズロットと魔導陣を手札に加えます。
Circle, I can guarantee that you shouldn't have searched for circle.
イリュージョン・オブ・カオスでソウルズを手札に加えます。ロットを召喚してしもべを
Okay, so Rod should have searched for circle, and you should have used the skill to get Soul Servant in your hand. That way, if Rod gets negated, you still have Soul Servant. I know it's another Dark Magician screen. I know.
手札に加えます。
I'm just saying the order matters in case Rod gets negated. You still want to have your Soul Servant search, okay?
魔導陣としもべを発動します。
Also, chaining to the circle is just for funsies. There's no actual reason to do it, okay? You just activate the Soul Servant first, and then use circle. There's no actual reason to do this than just for the cool factor, okay? Just in case you're wondering. But he is searching for navigations. He's already got a navigation engraved, so that's going to give him a negate. That's good.
ソウルズの効果でブラックマジシャンを特殊召喚します。しもべを発動し
Okay. There was no reason to summon Dark Magician there. You can summon him on the opponent's turn, you know. And you can use your souls to send Circle to draw a card. And like you're gonna be able to revive like you can summon Dark Magician on the opponent's turn anyway, bro. Why did you search the Dark Magician with Apprentice if you're not gonna summon it with Nav anyway? You know what I mean? So you could just summon souls and get a draw out of it.
て2枚ドローします。マスカレーナをリンク召喚してターン終了に
But I guess doing it this way, no, there's really no excuse, bro, because you're gonna activate Nav at the start of their turn anyway. There's Let me calm down.
なります。ナビゲートでマインドオンエアを特殊召喚します。ボソン
Okay, I guess there is one reason. If Dark Magician gets Kaiju'd, you still want to have another Dark Magician on field. So that is one reason to have two Dark Magician on field. That being said, the circle isn't doing anything anymore. So I think that's why I would prefer to send it to get to a potential draw into potentially something that might help me more. Also, using Apprentice at the beginning isn't that helpful because you might draw. It might be better to use it after using a Magician's Souls draw, in case you draw into a plethora of navigations to discard a bunch of navigations to get a bunch of negates.
パレードを発動します。メタルスレイブを特殊召喚します。スキルを使います。レスキューラビットの召喚に
Oh, you know what? The other thing about having two Dark Magicians on field is that it doesn't conflict having navigation and combination on field in play at the same time. You can bring back Dark Magician Girl for an Omni Negate and still have your back row negate. So I guess that's fine. But, yeah.
に対してマスカレーナの効果が使われたのでメタルスレイブを発動します。マジシャンズコンビネーションで無効にされます。クルムギアスのリンク召喚時の効果でラビットが無効
Goddess GG, bro.
にされます。ボソンパレード
But what is it? What is the deal now?
の効果でビッグバイパーを特殊召喚します。デビルを召喚してユニコーンをリンク召喚します。デビル
It does target. GG.
の効果でトロイミアを特殊召喚します。ガラキアをリンク召喚します。トロイミアの効果で正常を墓地へ送ります。正常の効果を使います。ガラキアの効果も発動します。ロンギルスをリンク召喚します。マーク3の効果を使うことによってロンギルスのコストが確保できたのでブラックマジシャンを除去します。リンギルスをエクシーズ召喚します。
Okay. So I haven't said anything, but being able to play through Mind on Air is so nice. That was so nice. That's so nice, man. This deck might be solid as fuck. God
ま
damn it.
ず魔導陣を墓地へ送って攻撃してターン終了になります。
You get rid of some. Okay. Banish does matter, but the Omni Negate. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the send. He can get another circle. But I guess he can get another combination too. And I guess getting rid of the circle now, combination later.
相手はスキルを使います。
That's not going to be too big a deal because we can protect our field from destruction.
守ります。アリシャンズロットの効果に対してはひとしずくで無効にします。バトルフェーズに黒い宮の
Ding engrave to revive, hell yeah.
効果でスケルトンを墓地へ送ります。ロンギルスを特殊召喚してマスター・オブ・ドラゴンナイトを除去します。リンギレスのエクシ
Looking nice.
ーズ召喚の効果が通ったところで相手サレンダーになります。ありがとう。
Fantastic. This is great. This is great. I'm not gonna lie, this is so
ありがと
cool.
うございました。そしたら今回は
Okay, being able to get through Mind on Air like that. Oh, that deck is real. That deck is real. Ah, man. It might be too soon to say it, guys, but Orchist gotta at least be rogue, right? You know? Gotta at least be rogue. Orchist BES. So I'll put those two together. Orchist BES gotta be like at least rogue, you know? I think that's enough for the damn tier list, okay? Don't clown me in the comments or on Discord for this, please. Actually, you know what? Go ahead. Fucking Magic E tier 0. I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a shit, bro. I don't even like Magic E, bro. I don't care about Magic E. But somehow it's tied to my name. Anyway. Let me stop memeing, bro. But in all seriousness, Skull Servant tier 0. That's my tier list, guys. If you have anything to say about it, then you should have said so during the stream. But apart from that, guys, yeah. I'm gonna come out with the not Shadol, my bad, with a Shino Bird video soon, and trying to grind for gems for the new box decks as well. But yeah, stay tuned for that shit, and have yourselves a good one, guys. I've been Undead from Team 6K. Signing out.
Why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. I don't ask them to wait on me. They would ask where they gon' be with a song if they wanted the weatherman. I ain't ask them to pay no fees. She was homeless and needed a spot. I ain't ask her to pay no lease. I ain't ask her to say no please. I ain't ask her to make no cheese. Scream fake, but it ain't on me. Got clean so it ain't no streets. Why green if it ain't no keeps? Brought cream so it ain't no beef. My team say it ain't no chief. My demon they hang on me. They seemingly ain't no peace. I seen him, he ain't no beast. For real, I ask them, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. Ain't nobody harder in the country. If they claim they in front, then they frontin'. Think about it, they always talking about they bag and they stick, bro, that's literally bumming. Niggas can't even rap on the beat, gotta do hella cussings to know where to come in. Then these niggas go do R&B, but they not even singing, these niggas be humming. Niggas stop with the cap or 76ers, cause I'ma have to bring the drum in. When I'm fucking my girl, it's like doing the rain dance. Whether can you come in? You ain't get what I said, or see what I'm doing like Helen Keller when I'm bumping. Should I try to tell you I'm the one and ain't nobody better or youngin'? I ask her, hey, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. Damn, I ask them, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, then they leave all the weight on me. Hey.